Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing? Good to see you again. Ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Cool shirt. Thank you. Thank you for the hype train, everybody. Straw Hat Spartan, Golden Hawk. Thank you, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new week of content. Oh, but not this fucking guy again. I mean, you're here, man. You're here. Where's the mustache? I left it in your mom's fucking pussy. I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. I got to admit, it's just been death by 1,000 cuts, you know? Coming back from a home in the middle of nowhere with no people is very relaxing. And then you come back and everything's, Will, where's your mustache? Will, didn't you die of sucking your own cock? Will, fix my problems. Anyway, it's nice to be back. I hope you're all doing well. Will, are you racist? You weren't on the pod? No, my dad's dying and I wanted to spend some time with him. Doesn't that make you feel shitty?
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
I only kiss men on Tuesdays.
Do 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 do.
I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
Go ahead.
Well, after watching that movie last night, I have to ask, can Tifa do what Ava can do? Like all of it?
What's this song? Roll's theme from Marvel vs. Capcom.
I hope your dad miraculously recovers and lives another 20 years.
I appreciate that. Thanks, everybody. Anyway, it's a new week, and we're back to work. How's everybody doing? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. Your nails look good? Thanks, I appreciate that. Caroline Kwan clip. What is this? What is this Caroline Kwan clip? Surely it's something that'll make me smile and not a troll like everything else in this godforsaken world. Let's take a look.
That is horrible. And Will goes, oh no, what happened? It's like, I think Farley just ripped ass. And he goes, oh, I can't believe Boyd did that. And then I moved closer to Farley. I didn't smell anything. And I moved closer to Will and I smelled it. And I said, did you just blame the dog? Did you just pull
I'm glad I took care of this person for the last 48 hours.
a classic blaming?
Finally saw The Odyssey and loved it. Is your review on YouTube? No. I don't know if I can add much to the Odyssey conversation. I think The Odyssey is just a good movie, and it's very Nolan. I think it's kind of what you would expect. I think the larger conversation would be about how so many people wanted it to fail because he cast black actors and Asian actors and a trans actor, which I think is like ultimately, I mean, I wish it was shocking. I wish it was shocking, really. But it's not. It's so par for the course, and I almost feel tired talking about it. And honestly, it's like one of those things where it's like, God, why? How many times am I going to have this conversation? You know what I mean? Like, wow, great. I don't even get to talk about the merit of this film. I have to fight ghosts on the internet. I have to fight shitlords who are upset that that Helen of Troy is black. Like I like, here's the thing. I'm tired of like not even being able to exist in nuance, right? Because like ultimately it's hard to have any kind of conversation about the quality of the Odyssey because I'm so entrenched in the fucking culture war surrounding the film, right? Like I can't even really talk about that. I liked Elliot Page, but I think Elliot Page was cast in the wrong role because ultimately there's some worry that then I fall in league with the hateful, bigots of the internet. It's so tiring, man. I wish we could just talk about the fucking movie. But instead, we have to talk about everything the movie represents and the casting and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You're not? You are very close to getting banned, you fucking piece of shit. How about that? Muted? Don't fucking bother. Don't come back. Get banned, shithead. Muted. Dude, what is up with people coming in my channel and being like, oh, not this guy? Brother, you walked in. For spoilers? Oh, unban that guy. I thought he was basically saying like, he was like fucking, he didn't want to listen to what I had to say. Enchanted Crown of the Sepsis Whore? Dude, now that makes me happy. That's a Dungeon Crawler Carl reference. And honestly, these days, all I want to do is read my book. I've been really enjoying Dungeon Crawler Carl so much. So much. Odyssey in 4DX looks nuts. I saw this. This is fake. This isn't this is AI. There's no way this I've done 4DX before. I'm 90% sure this is an AI clip. Yeah, this is 100% AI. The chairs don't move like that.
Out of my comfort.
For the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan told Ludwig Göransson no orchestra because they didn't exist in the Bronze Age. Okay, whatever, dude. Forcing him to instead record himself striking 35 bronze gongs, scrap metal, and air conditioning units. Yeah, because they didn't have horns, but they had a bunch of air conditioning units.
And find sounds that I haven't worked with before.
Chris had mentioned early that he was interested in aulos. He was interested in lyre.
The aulos is an ancient Greek instrument. It was the most popular rock star instrument for 1,000 years.
Rock star.
This is a replica of an aulos. The original dates from between the 6th century and the 5th century BC. We don't have any surviving reeds. So I worked with 2 other people, and we spent a while trying to work out and figure out how this bit worked at the top. We had to read lots of ancient source material and try and work out how they did it.
This is the reconstruction
The coolest sound in the whole thing is the bow strum, 100%.
of an ancient Greek lyre. To be able to play it in a philological way, we have to do research between iconography, philological sources, and the personal experience as a musician.
Another thing that Chris mentioned too early on in our conversations was to use bronze. You know, this is the Bronze Age, so
Let me turn
gongs,
everything back
for
on, by the way,
example, made
sorry.
of bronze.
You know, you can make these instruments sound a way that you never heard them before.
And started to experiment
chat?
with a lot of other stuff,
There
hitting
you are,
walls,
chat.
hitting railings, hitting, you know, any kind of things you could find outside, like scrap metal or air conditioning units.
Yeah, soundtrack kind of was great for the movie. I really enjoyed it. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. I will say this though. I think the interesting part of the whole Odyssey thing is I do think award season is going to come down to Odyssey versus Dune 3. And I really hope Dune 3 wins everything. Because, dude, I think Dune 3 is going to be the shiznitto bang, dude. New game that's right up your alley. A new Mexican-inspired Metroidvania. I actually hate Metroidvania games. But I'll take a look. Even Hollow Knight, I hate games where you backtrack. I really do. What about Samus? I hate those games. Symphony of the Night. I hate Metroidvania games. I hate them. I don't like them. I don't like, oh, I found a boot that lets me jump twice. Now I can go back across the entire map and get to that one ledge that it just does not appeal to me at all. I hate it. 18 months. Woo. Thank you.
18 months, woo.
I'm a stud.
Go ahead.
Ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
Will, sorry for the stupid before joke. I'd imagine all the stupid jokes get old after a while, but hope the week goes good for you and your dad stays healthy and hopeful as long as his body allows.
Thank
Much
you.
love, man.
Appreciate you. Thanks, TX Bear Claw. I appreciate you. Even Hollow Knight. Metroidvania, just not my cup of tea. Just not my cup of tea. Do you like auto chess? Yeah, I do. I love auto chess. The new Pokemon one is really, really fun. Well, check out this game where the characters are embroidered. Wait, I think oh.
Opusti to łóżko iste, gdzie periny bywali czyste.
Wow, those are embroidered characters, all right. Do.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Superizer, do you remember
Why is my
Love?
daughter Annie Fraser always coming home crying from ball practice?
Because she
Oh,
sucks.
Yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Do a better job as a
Netflix.
parent. Now, this is nice. What anime is this? Superizer? I've never heard of this. Oh, this is Macross. Dude, now this is the vibe I've been looking for. How do you feel about Ryan Gosling being cast as Ghost Rider? I'll give my honest opinion on this. I think Ryan Gosling is incredible. And I think, you know, if they did like a really cool Drive style R-rated Ghost Rider, I think that would be mind blowing. And it would be so cool. However, I'm not sure you'll get that. And, you know, I think the movie now has every chance to be compelling. But I don't know. The director of Ghost Rider doesn't really inspire confidence in me, if I'm being honest. And I sometimes feel as though that is more important than the lead. Most of the time, in fact. So I hope Ghost Rider is cool. You know, I love the Gauze. I love the Gauze. So we'll see. I mean, Place Beyond the Pines was sick. He's been on a motorcycle before.
wow,
I hope we get a really cool version. Are you still a coaster enthusiast? I am. This is fucking insane. Bloody hell. Siren's Curse, Cedar Point. This is the one that breaks every like 2 seconds. This coaster is broken more times than it's run successfully. Weren't you excited for it too? I mean, don't get me wrong. This coaster looks very cool. The idea of being locked in and then it tilting forward is a really good gimmick. I've just heard that this thing does break. Ask Haas about it. This thing has been shut down a lot. What's your favorite coaster? Ooh, good question. Good question. Dude, I gotta be honest, and a lot of people are gonna be like, basic bitch. Man, Nitro is the shit, bro. Nitro is the fucking shit. I love this coaster. It's so big. The ride is so long. It's so smooth. It's just a great experience. You can ride it with whoever. It won't fuck your neck and your back up. You feel like you got a lot of bang for your buck on the line. It's just great. Just a great coaster. Also, there's a lot to be said for nostalgia. You know what I mean? Like, this is one of the coasters I grew up on. Grew up on? Yeah, like I went to Six Flags when I was a child. You acted like I said something you had to decode. I hid Da Vinci Code style clues on Nitro is what I meant. Like, dude, look at this. So smooth. Thank you, Save Before Quitting. I appreciate the raid. So what I will say about roller coasters is is I think a lot of modern coasters, they're always trying to be like the most extreme or the most, like this one tilts 9,000 degrees during the drop. And it's like, oh, wow, cool. And I think there's something to be said about like the coasters that really stay with you and are kind of the most enjoyable in the long run that you really want to re-ride are the smoothest ones. And Nitro is one of, if not the smoothest coaster I've ever been on. This thing is like riding on a frozen lake. It is just glass. Like you're not bumping around. You're not getting whipped. The ride time is so long. Like, dude, this is all right, let's look from launch to dock, how long this ride is. So the launch and then dock is, yeah, it's like over a minute ride time, which is awesome. It's so nice. I really like Nitro. I really like Nitro.
I don't take
Go
no
ahead.
shit from anyone.
Will, 330 plus coasters ridden.
Thank
Your
you.
opinion is valid.
Thank you.
Nitro-like coasters are great.
Thank you.
Netflix 2 is my favorite in Ho.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I have a special place for like some of like the gimmick coasters. Like, dude, I still remember the first time I rode King to Ka or like Top Thrill Dragster. But King to Ka was like the first time I rode it, I was like, ah! You know what I mean? Bullshit coaster, but like really exciting experience the first time I rode it for sure. I saw the Odyssey the way Nolan intended. Did you watch it on your
somebody leaked
phone?
The entire Odyssey movie on.
No. What is this?
Well, somebody leaked the entire Odyssey movie on Twitter, and apparently over 2 million people got to watch it before Universal rushed and took it down. Now, on the bright side, it was only up for 2 hours and 30 minutes before it got taken down, which means that nobody got to see the entire 3-hour movie.
You know what I would have to say about this is like, you have to be such a fucking glutton to want to watch the Odyssey on your phone. Honestly, it would be like the only equivalent I can think of is if someone was like, hey, you can eat food from this Michelin restaurant. And you're like, oh, really? Yeah, but they have to serve it out of a blender. You have to have it blended down and you have to drink it out of a beer bong. Where it's like, oh, kind of defeats the purpose. You know what I mean? Like watching it in like 480p on your cell phone. It's like, why do this? Like the only thing I can think of is like, you really feel like you got one over on the man by not having to pay to watch the movie. I don't know. It's just such a strange thing to do.
All the way through, and that this whole thing might have just worked out as a giant ad for most people. But just imagine if it was any worse and how mad they would be after spending all this money for people to watch it on a giant IMAX screen.
They're not mad. I'll be honest, they're not mad. The Odyssey is going to make infinite money.
Just for millions of people to watch it on their iPhone screen instead.
I think that's kind of the thing though, and I'll be honest, I think this is part of the reason why movies like the Odyssey are succeeding. And hear me out on this. I was talking to Caroline about this last night. I think there's a phenomenon of people that would consume slop would rather consume slop on their phone than go to a movie theater and consume slop. I think that there was a Venn diagram overlap of a time when you had moviegoers who wanted to go and watch like Jingling Keys and Pretty Lights in a movie theater because it was total slop. But now that audience has like given up on the movie theater. And I think that's why kind of those summer blockbuster movies are doing horribly. And that's because we have slop at home. Right? The people that would opt to go spend money to watch a film that had no substance would rather just kind of doom scroll on their phone than even make the trip to the movie theater. So now movies with some real substance are generating real hype. Like the movies that are doing well are good movies, which is like, I know that's such like a duh thing to say, but that wasn't true for a long time. There were a lot of bullshit movies that made a lot of money, horrible movies made a ton of money, and really good movies kind of eked by. But now you kind of are seeing the change where like an Obsession and a Dune and a Odyssey are like crushing the box office. So I think you're kind of reaching the edge of studios trying to appeal to the slop audience. They still have the kid slop audience, right? Because there are a lot of parents who just don't give a shit, who are like, hey, you know what? I get 2 hours off from my kid if they go to the Minecraft movie and I don't know, do domestic terrorism with popcorn while they watch it. Fine, whatever. I'll pay $20 for that. So those movies still seem to do great, right? But their parents aren't going to see those movies unless they go with a kid. So.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Saw dude.
Saw that? I thought it. What should me and my boyfriend watch tonight? Horror, psychological drama fans. Wow, you guys are looking to have a real naughty time. Horror, psychological. Have you ever watched the original Possession? That would be a fun one for you. Also, Reflection in a Dead Diamond might be interesting. Kind of acid wash, fucked up, weird. That movie's fucked up. Trying to think of like a good couples fucked up bullshit. Prisoners, if you've never seen it. Gone Girl is kind of in that wheelhouse. Gone Girl is fantastic. All right, I've given you a few. Maybe you've seen all those,
Will,
maybe not.
Love seeing and hearing about the projects you've
Thank
been
you.
working on. Any update on Jim Mert?
Every day brings with it a new set of challenges, and I parse through those challenges as best I can. I want to get that merch up for you. I am sorry, there's been a lot of work going into the tour. We're working on the tour. We're trying to get the tour done. I'm kind of taking the reins on the tour, so please forgive me if by the time I get to the stream, I'm a little thin. But the tour is coming up and we're excited. And gosh, I'm going to do a freaking great job. Gosh darn it. I have some funny stuff. Todd McFarlane reveals he's been sitting on a nearly finished Spawn animated movie for years. I love Spawn. I fucking love Spawn. Are you still driving for Cutie? Cutie doesn't want me to drive. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I'm quite annoying. But I think Cutie wants to be able to move independently of me. So we're still coordinating Cutie's travel. Hopefully we can get it all done. Also, the other reason that she might not be riding with me is she has prior engagements. I don't know how much or how little she is talking about that. So I will just shut my mouth there. Kind of a crazy story, not gonna lie. First black female kickboxing champion, Freda Cheetah Gibbs, recounts her run-in with a serial killer. Oh, I've heard this. She beat the shit out of him. I've heard this.
When we got in the car, something clicked, and I just said, Father, please don't let me have to f this guy up. Those are my exact thoughts. Because when we shut the door, I heard something click, and it didn't sound right. That makes sense? I heard something in the door and the click. You understand? So when he got in, we were driving on down, I was like, all right, well, turn right here in Coliseum. And he turned left. then I knew I was in danger. So what I did, I went to reach to roll the window down, and there was no knob. You know, so I reached again to open the door. You know, there was no knob. You know, and at that time, I looked at him, and I looked back, and I looked at him, and he had a belt wrapped around his fist. And then we stopped, and we parked. He said, now, I'll never forget these words. He said, now, let me stick it in, and I'll take you home. I said, what? He said, let me stick it in, and I'll take you home. I said, no, I ain't letting you stick it in. You know what I mean? Then he came, boom, to punch me, and I blocked it. Psh, and I hit him, bam, just like that, and I ran to the back of the van. When I ran to the back of the van, I thought I was safe too. Ran to the back of the van and bust out. It was a big chain on it and a lock, a big cow chain and a lock. I was like, here he come back. And he was on his way back to the back of the van. I ran back through, boom, to bust through him, to bust out his side of the door, because mine was locked. That makes sense? And when I went to bust out his side of the door, he grabbed my feet by my ankles and he pulled me back. Flipped me over. And he was on top of me, looking me in my face just like that. And he said, now let me stick it in.
Yeah, wow, that's very cool.
And I'll take you home.
Steaky 99, thank you.
I said, no. Get off me. And you'll never sin. I'll never say anything. I'll never tell Benita. Benita will never see me again. And you'll never see me again. Just get off me. He said, no. Let me stick it in. His voice got stronger and stronger, you know what I mean? So he's becoming angry, and I felt his intensity. That makes sense? He says, let me stick it in or take it on. He got really angry. I felt his energy, like he was going to, like, smash me. And I said, okay. So when I did that, he got off my wrist, because he was on my wrist looking me smack dead in my damn face, you know? When he got off my wrist, I slid that motherfucker, swap! Wham! Got up against the wall. Wham! I got up against the back of the van. And I was like, yeah, come on, motherfucker. Wham! I was open. Wham! Pop! Something back over here. Damn, leg kick. Whop! You know, when I came back over again, I was like, yeah, he's coming. I kept moving back and forth through the van. I was like, yeah, bam! Yeah! Leg kick. Then I saw fear in his eyes. That makes sense? And when I saw fear in his eyes, I knew when that occurred.
Fuck yes, dude. Ladies, I'm telling you, get jacked. Be able to beat the shit out of someone. That is so tight, dude. Should beat the fuck out of him. New A24 trailer. Oh, Onslaught. This movie looks weird. I've seen the trailer for this. This movie looks weird. It's like a super soldier type joint. It's bizarre. They cut out the best part. She squeezed the guy's balls till he cried. Whoever shared that link, get the full version. You fucked up. Stabby looking sexy in the velour tracksuit. Let me see. Good God. You might not like it, but that's the ideal male form right there. It's a sequel to The Guest. The Guest. Is it a sequel to The Guest? Wait, I remember The Guest. Is it a sequel? I don't think it is.
When we got in the car.
Oh, here we go. Wait. Oh, fuck. This is 38 minutes long? What the fuck? Oh, here we go. This is the part where she's beating the fuck out of him.
Get out, shut up! And you'll never sin. I'll never see me. And I said, okay. Off my wrist, because I was like, yeah, he's coming. I kept moving back and forth through the van. I was like, yeah, bam, yeah, leg kick. Then I saw fear in his eyes. That makes sense? And when I saw fear in his eyes, I knew I got him. Now it's a matter of, now I took care of the left leg, now let me take care of the right leg. I was like, yeah, yup. Yeah, yup. He said, oh, shit. You want to fighting. And he come running at me, woo, 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 like a football player, and boom, slammed me up against the van, bam! And I felt something, and I was like, don't give up now. So I grabbed the end of his shirt tail. I was like, yeah, slam!
I'm so glad we watched the end of this.
Slam, pulled him over. I stepped on his chest, I grabbed his. I said, where the keys at, motherfucker? He said, in my pocket, get off. Oh. Now you want me to get out the van. When I wanted to get out, I had to let you stick it in. Where the keys at? I got them out. It was a bunch of keys. I was like, which ones? He was like, it's the orange ones. So I took them, I held on to his and I slid him all the way over.
She's pulling him by his dick.
To the door. All I pulled the lock off. Get out. Shut up. Pulled the chain off. Open the door. Wow, open the door open real good. I said, now if ever you see me on the streets, what are you going to say? He said, hi. I was like, bam. You know you're not just going to go the opposite direction. Do you understand me, mother? Hey, yeah. Get out the van. I didn't know it could go that high. I didn't
know a dick could go that high. Oh, fuck yeah. She's tying it into a balloon animal.
I'm telling you. I said one more thing. He's like, what? Get out the van, get out this van. I said, when the says no, she means no. I went, bam! Jumped out the van and wasn't nothing but fog. That's all it was fog out that month. I couldn't see shit. I was falling, and finally I saw these two little lights, and I focused on those two little lights. That makes sense? So I followed those two little lights all the way down, and as the closer I got, the bigger the lights got. So finally I got on the other side of the lights, and guess what I saw? A cab driver sitting there, old white man. I said, listen, this guy tried to please take me home. He got me. He said, top on in, what's the address? We went on there, my hanging out, one damn shoe, one earring. You know, it was just crazy. It was really a fight for my life, I kid you not. So I get back to Cloverdale, and I realized that I don't have keys or anything. They'd all left in the van, and I went to, open the door, and I went to tell him, listen, I don't have it. And I looked back, he was gone. This guy was gone. So I looked down. I was like, I just ran to the back, and Freddie, bam, Freddie. They opened up, girl, what's wrong with you? I said, this guy tried to. I said, give me a phone. I called my mom. I said, this guy tried to me. I want to get out of California now. I want to get out of California right now. I want to get out of here. I never want to come back. I had to be serious, let him know. I went out. My mother said, okay, fine, let's call my father's people. Call my father's people. They said, you'll be on the next flight. Next thing I know, I was the next emergency flight back to Philadelphia, and my whole family was there. I had no intention of ever coming back to California. Ever, okay? Never. Never. The only reason why I came back is because of the World Championship fight. And that's because it was on the other side of Southern California.
Did you feel after the fact like that was pretty bad of me? Or were you still scared?
No, I was terrified. On the airplane, I was terrified. In fact, I could hear everyone talking. I could hear a pen drop. That's how sharp my skills had become. That makes sense? I could hear my was sharp. And it was, everything was amplified. I didn't understand it, but I went along with the flow. I had no other choice. They gave me pills to calm me down. When I got to my family, same thing. And I kept having nightmares. I kept waking up fighting, and I'll never forget my mom saying to me, did he rape you? I said, no. She said, well, then, God damn it, it was a fight, and you won the fight. Do you?
She is a fabulous storyteller.
You understand me? And it made sense. That makes sense. Then she slapped the out of me. Bah! And she slapped my spirit one side to face the other side, and, then it all made sense. That makes sense? But it was like she had to slap the sense back into me. That makes sense?
Did you agree with her? Did you see it as a fight at that point?
It helped me. It helped me a lot. It did. Wow. It's all God, that's what I had stuck in my head. I kept waking up. I couldn't sleep sometimes. I would walk the street. You know, it was just crazy. It was just a crazy experience I ever had in my life.
Did you feel like you had to go through a whole new healing process when you found out the truth?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
How you found that out and what that was like?
The truth about who he was? Yeah, first of all, I never ever said this to anyone. I just shared it with my girlfriend just recently, but I never ever shared this with anyone. Throughout the time, before I learned who he was, all my life I looked over my shoulder to make sure that I never ran into him. That makes sense? I never ever told anyone that. So I was always looking over my shoulder, making sure I didn't run into him. You know, and I sought therapy for that. My mom, listen, sissy, I need you to go to therapy for this here because I'm not going to be around all the time. So I need you to start training and preparing yourself to open yourself up to other people, not just me and your grandmother, because we're not going to be here all the time. You dig? So I started going to therapy for that purpose, and it actually helped me out. It helped me to create this short story, which ultimately came to my story with Sideline going viral, which, you know, got Goldcast, which of course you guys came, and all you guys, 17 million views. So that's how it all came about. You know, just by me going to therapy and talking about it, and then wanting to see it from the other side. That makes sense?
Oh, yeah, wow.
Thank you for the prime.
Whole way over therapy as another training.
Yeah, it was.
Wow, man. Dude, that's actually crazy. Like, that is like a horror movie. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the final survivor. That's like, she beat the shit out of a fucking serial killer. That's crazy. Wow, man. Wow. That was wild.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's very cool.
Damn. No, we're not going from that story to a video of baseball players chasing a squirrel. No. Guys, can...
Oh, yeah, wow.
Give me a second to process. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. Give me a goddamn minute. Holy shit. Fox News using the lady who delivered DoorDash to the White House as a drowned U.S. pilot. I have no idea what that means. Wait, downed U.S. pilot speaks out? Wait, what?
Trying to say that this is one of the downed pilots that was rescued. That's the DoorDash lady. That's the fucking DoorDash lady. Look, pilot, DoorDash. Pilot, DoorDash.
Is this real?
Like, come on, y'all. You can't even find a different person? Sorry, Fox News.
Dude, I do feel like I'm losing my grip on reality. Like, I feel like I have to parse through so many absurd things and so much misinformation all the time that I'm tentatively losing my grip on reality. Yo, is Mick Foley okay? What is this?
Bow wow. Bow wow.
I see a man living his best life. You see a man in trouble? I see a man on the best day of his fucking life.
Bow. Wow. Bow down. Bow. Bow. Bowing.
Is that Sol Ruka on the right? No, Sol Ruka is an AEW. Who is that on the right? He's having fun. Yeah, he's having a good time. Mick is living his dream, bro. He's having a Mick is also based. Good for him. All I got is flippy shit clips, man. Oh my God. What the fuck?
The tightrope walk and
That is insane. That is in fucking sane.
the tightrope walk and the Spaceman drives Nick.
Dude. That is so hard. Holy fuck, man. Good God, Rebecca Ferguson. Dude, I saw this. She was with Snitchery. She hit on Snitchery, bro. I thought this shit was so funny.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Okay, let's talk silo. Let's do it. You can only bring one luxury into the silo, anything you want. What are you bringing?
You free?
I'm just joking. No, tell me more.
I said, are you free? I said,
Do you want to come? You want to come? Come on. Don't do that.
Dude, I also love that she has the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow shirt on. Kind of fucking Rebecca Ferguson, dude. Can I say, though, unfortunately, this season of Silo has been... What happened, bro?
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Camp Build 20. It lost the juice. It just, like, okay, can I be honest? One of the greatest sins a show can commit is getting you to buy into a premise and then not doing that fucking premise. We are in season 1. What is happening in the silo? Here's the mystery. Season 2 is like a long diversion. A long diversion. It's like, okay, all right. And then finally, season 3, you're like, I'm getting back into the core plot line. Here we go. And instead of just getting the core plot line, they're doing dual amnesia, multiple timelines, everything they can do except telling the storyline that I bought into 3 fucking years ago. Wait for it, bro. You see the last episode? My brother in Christ, wait for it. I'm almost dead. I have a life to live. How long do you want me to fucking wait? Also, I'm just going to say it. Amnesia, if you are a writer and you ever consider using amnesia as a plot point, don't. Don't. Amnesia is fucking stupid. I have lived a long and storied life, and I have never met a single person with amnesia. If I could just find one real world version of amnesia that I bump into and I go, wow, tell me about your experience. It's such a insanely rare thing. Full-blown amnesia. It's like, I don't know my name. Where are my friends? I don't know where I am. And it's like everyone uses amnesia. They're doing dual amnesia too. Fucking hate amnesia. I fucking hate multiple timelines too. I hate multiple timelines. It's such a bad storytelling device. I hate it. I hate the like, oh, you're about to find out what's happening right here and then 20 years later. Oh, you want those answers? Here's what happened 200 years ago. I don't care. Stay in one timeline. Anyway, I've been really. There was some really good shit on TV. I feel like right now in this moment, this is one of the weakest slates ever. I'm sorry, House of Dragons has sucked. Cape Fear started great. Now it's not great. Silo has been a miss. Like all the prestige fucking shows that I was waiting for. Widow's Bay is over, my guy. What do you mean Widow's Bay ? I'm talking about shows that are running right now. Widow's Bay was insane. It was amazing. I talked about it over and over and over and over and over and over again. That was last season. Widow's Bay fell off after episode 4. Ooh, I think you're wrong. I think you're completely wrong. I think Widow's Bay was phenomenal. Widow's Bay was entertaining and funny and great. This slate right now, though, is just not. I don't know. Is anybody watching a show other than X-Men 97, which I hear is great? But I don't really consider that like prestige television. That's animation. Is there any like prestige shows right now that are absolutely insane? Spider-Man Noir, that's last season also. Unfortunately. The Pit, that's also last season. I'm talking about an ongoing show. You're all failing the assignment. Sugar. I haven't even heard of this. All right, let me take a look. Ghost in the Shell, that is correct. Ghost in the Shell is very good. Why don't you like House of Dragons? It's okay. Brother, when your rebuttal to me not being excited about one of the most expensive television programs and most anticipated television programs in history is it's okay, I think you've answered your own question.
Big city, but it gets lonely. I have to stay busy.
Start your engines.
John Sugar. I'm a private investigator. Your brother's missing.
This trailer does not inspire confidence, but I'll give it a look. From also last season. Guys, you are killing me. I'm talking about shows that are ongoing right now. It's on now. Is it? I thought From already had its season finale.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Alien work.
Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. Okay, it did have its season finale. That's what I thought. I was like, oh fuck, did I miss episodes? I'll be honest. From was sliding heavily, and then this season of From was actually, it was okay, but I'm going to be honest. The whole thing about From was that it wasn't supposed to fall down the, I don't like talking about this with Haas here. Haas, cover your ears. The whole thing about From was that it's from the creators of Lost, and it wasn't supposed to do the Lost thing where nothing really meant anything, and now I think they're kind of like falling into that trap where like nothing really means anything, and they're just doing like whatever thing they want to do. But it was okay. This season was okay.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Go ahead.
The Interview with the Vampire series season
I
3.
hear Interview with the Vampire is good. House of Dragon, though, I'll talk about House of Dragon. I think House of Dragon, like the characters just aren't very good. And I will say something. Game of Thrones was carried by its protagonists, right? I really think that House of Dragon, you wanted to see the protagonists, or Game of Thrones, you wanted to see the protagonist win. And Rhaenyra sucks. I'm sorry, Rhaenyra sucks. I don't give a fuck about Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra looks cool. I think the actress does a fine job playing her, but her character is so flat. Like she's supposed to be like a queen or like an important queen, but like she sucks at everything. Everything she does sucks. She's an utter failure. I don't know what I'm supposed to like get on board there. I don't know. Why would you root for the Targaryens? They're dicks. Because House of the Dragon is pretty much only Targaryens. I don't know if you've watched House of Dragon. 90% of the main characters are working for Targaryens or Targaryens themselves. But I appreciate your input. Thank you. Can I be honest? Part of the magic of Game of Thrones is that the magic was implied at the beginning of it, right? You bought in and they talked about an age of dragons, grumpkins, snarks. But it's like eroticism. It's way more erotic if you tease the titty before you see the titty. And the dragons are the titty. I think waiting for those dragons, waiting for winter, waiting for the magic, and then having it arrive was so much more satisfying than just an onslaught of dragons. Also, the power balancing of the dragons always feels so tiresome. I don't know. I don't mean to yuck anybody's yum. I'm sure there are people in here that have been loving House of Dragons, so I don't want to be old, bitter nerd. I hate being old, bitter nerd. I just am. I've just arrived at a period of time in my life where I'm an old, bitter nerd. But you know what? I do try and give credit where credit is due. When I watch something I'm excited about, I'm like, oh, this is great. Welcome back. Everybody file in. But it just takes more effort to get it up these days. Go ahead.
Such a good movie choice last night. I
Thank
ended
you.
up staying up till 2 a.m. because I just had to know how it ends.
Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I appreciate it. You're incredibly generous like 99% of the time. But that's the thing is like, I remember being a younger nerd, especially when I first got on this platform and everything was like, yeah, fuck yeah. Captain America too? Oh, hell yeah. I mean, like, I was so excited for everything. And now I'm a little bit more guarded. I've been hurt. I think I've been hurt too much. I trusted that these other nerds had my best interest in mind. And, you know, there's a careful balance between me not wanting to see the nerds that I proctor over, you, the chat, be content with what I think is slop, but also not like ruining your enthusiasm. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to aspire to more, but also I don't want you to lose that twinkle in your eye that makes you excited to visit these escapes. You know what? I'm not going to say that. You know why I'm not going to say that? Have you guys ever been to an AMC? You know how they have like 8 AMC branded trailers before the movie? They have the one Coke one where there's the couple that's like, we're driving and there's a Coke and there's like 6 ads. And then there's the one announcer voice where he's like, silence your cell phones. Your escape starts now. I fucking hate that guy. Your escape starts now? Shut the fuck up. Okay? I work hard. Don't tell me that I need to escape my life, you dickhead. I'm here for a movie. All right, just entertain me. Shut the fuck up. I hate that fucking... Your escape starts now. Listen, you neurodivergent piece of shit. I know you can't handle your life. Here, escape from all the things that are fucking breaking your mind right now by watching these Transformers. What the fuck? Fuck you! Fuck you! We know you're just watching this movie because Sydney Sweeney takes her top off. It's okay. Your escape starts now. Why no? I like this director. poster. I think it's going to be this is supposed to be a good horror movie. I know it only has 67 on Rotten Tomatoes. Don't fucking judge me. Your escape starts now. You know when there's like a fucking just something that is said that you hate? Do you guys ever have that? Women have it. Women all have it. Moist. They all have it. Moist. Women just hate moist. They just fucking hate that word, right? For me, that's like a moist. That's like, there should be is there any kind of word for those type of things
I'm a stud.
where you just hear it and you're immediately like, ah!
Shit for anyone.
Hey Will, long-time fan. I recently got out of a relationship with a person I thought would be my forever person, and
Okay.
I'm having trouble with anxiety and being alone.
Mm.
How do you find security in yourself?
How do you find security? I'm reading Don't Kill Myself books, and you ask me how to find security. I don't fucking know, man. Look, let me give you a good answer. Let me back up. I have to say all the things that cover my bases, because just like financial advice, if I ruin your life without covering my ass, then I'm culpable. Go see a therapist. Go talk to a therapist. Go talk to a doctor. Go talk to a professional. I'm a fucking guy whose biggest recurring joke is that I sucked my own cock till I asphyxiated. So know that you should take this advice with a grain of salt. But how do you find comfort in yourself again? Be proud of yourself. And if you're not proud of yourself, make yourself someone that you're proud of. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of the greatest motivational speakers ever. And some of you might laugh, but I'm not being facetious. I listened to a lot of the things that he said and the things that he accomplished, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy just outworked everybody. Sure, he took steroids, a lot of them, but there was a lot more method to his madness than just shooting up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but he had a tiling business that made millions of dollars before he was ever a bodybuilder or an actor. Like, he had made a ton of money. He didn't need those things. He had a landscaping business that was like wildly successful. So ultimately, I think we give up on ourselves. We give up on ourselves. We see the people that exist in social media, and we go, success and happiness and everything that I want is only for them, and I can't have them because I don't have the right genetics, or I'm too short, or my face doesn't look right. When ultimately, if you fall in love with suffering, you can outwork 90% of the population tomorrow. And if you do that, your life might not be perfect, but you will find some satisfaction. You really will. So whatever that fucking shower version of yourself that exists in your head, where you're hitting a grand slam for the Yankees or accepting an Academy Award in your mind, accept the fact that your dreams are okay to have. It's okay to have lofty ambitions. It's okay to admit them. Don't just allow dumb people to aspire to more. Don't allow your intellect to cage you in because you feel like a fucking asshole for wanting more for yourself. And whoever that person is, make strides to become that person. And know that everybody around you is going to get really tight when you try to improve yourself. That's the biggest fucking reality, is that whenever you try and improve yourself, you're going to make everybody around you feel bad. Wait a minute, you don't just want to be on the couch all day? You want to go do stuff? That makes me feel uncomfortable. Why don't you just come here and eat some fucking fast food with me? That's going to suck. That's going to shake you loose. It's like the crabs in the bucket. You don't even see the bucket, but it exists. The reason that people don't want to drink alone is because they don't want to fucking hammer their fucking organs to death without someone else doing it. Right? You don't even see the pull. You don't even perceive the pull. Sometimes you just have to fucking want more. I hope that helped. Fuck you if it didn't. I'm just gonna talk to you guys for a while. Sometimes I just need to unburden myself. I just need to be candid. I can't be Will the character. I can't be this perfect cartoon character. I have to have the rough edges and unconscious blathering of a Pollock painting that makes my stream what it is. It's almost football season. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I can go back to being a bug man. I can go back to just fucking caring about Orb.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Hey, Will, do you know you're dying? I'm not dying. There's Orb on TV. Have you guys seen Orb? Look at how far Orb can go. This guy can throw Orb 70 yards. God, sports are so good for that. Guys, if you're not into sports yet, and you know what the fucked up thing is? I know you guys all gateway drugged with soccer. I don't know why it is that all of these people that like look down on like football and hockey, they're like, wow, soccer, Europeans like it. You know what I mean? Like this same audience, where like 50% of you are too good to ever tune into a fucking baseball game because Mexico is into soccer. You're like, wow, I'm gonna watch some. You know what I mean? I think it's like because you want to be cool and international, so like you accept soccer as something different than the other sports that exist in the world. And listen, I had a great time watching the World Cup, but God, sports are so good for me just being like, wow. You know what I mean? Just turning my fucking brain off for a second. Just turning it off. Just turning it the fuck off. Nah, dude, baseball is boring. That's the point. Sometimes you just need to look at the lake. That's what my mom says, right? Sometimes
that's very cool.
You need something that you can relax into. Not everything needs to be like, there is an ebb and flow to life. And you need the balance of both. Sometimes you just need a beer, a hot dog, and to fully remove your brain from your head. Anyway, football's on its way back. Training camp started today, and they're saying that my boy Cade Klubnik looks great. Don't worry about the fact that people are getting sick from livestock spraying shit through water onto the leafy produce and giving you various stomach ailments that cause you to shit your fucking life apart. Football's back. Free diet. You know what's an even freer diet?
Cool.
Just not eating.
Ripped athletic specimen yourself.
I love how
fundraiser
where is this ruthless optimism anywhere else in life? It's so funny that like this is the one thing where people are like, well, yeah, everybody's shitting themselves to death, but I might be skinty. Bro, it's just one of those days. I just had a friend text me, dude, I feel like milking myself and then killing myself. That's an all-time text. That is an all-time text. Wow. That is an all-time text. God, that made me feel better. Oh, well, that's the old fap and tap. All right, Zibby, thoughts on this song? Wow, you walked, dude. I'm gonna be honest. You're a bold person, Playboy Bruce Wayne. I just related to someone saying that they would jerk off and then put a bullet in their head, and they're like, you know what? This is a good time to see if Will likes this song. This song has got a rip, right?
I might be late, but I don't get paid. I might be late, but I don't get paid. Time is just a construct, I'll tear it apart. I just want the dollars, the digits on my card. My time is money, my time is money, my time is money. My time is money, my time is money, my time is money, my time is money, my time is money.
I think I like the concept more than I like the song.
My time is money.
This goes ham.
My time is money. I might be late, but I don't get paid.
This is cool. I like it. What else are we talking about, guys? I didn't even notice there was a hype train. Holy shit.
Hockey
Thank
is
you.
a better version of soccer. Watch hot men zoom around on the ice and watch them fight. Sometimes their jerseys come off. Banana spin bed gay banana colge.
I love that hockey is just gay now. One show and like hockey is just gay now. I'm with it. Fuck yeah. Squirrel, is this the fucking MLB clip of the guys chasing the squirrel again? You know what? Let's look at it. You know what? Let's do it.
The chase for the squirrel is on, and the squirrel is in the corner, and the squirrel is still eluding an entire horde of grounds crew members, and the squirrel's free once again. Hemmed in? No, I won't be hemmed in. I have free.
This announcer needs to get a raise immediately.
On my mind, trying to go between the legs, and eventually he gets away again and hops through the towel and hops through another towel. The force field is activated. Towels can't stop him, or maybe they can.
Boo!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank the grounds crew. Let's give them a round of applause. The Detroit Tigers.
That is awesome. Listen to the announcer laugh here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank the grounds crew. Let's give them a round of applause.
He fucking was losing it. That's awesome. Moby Dick starts with the MC saying that if he doesn't get on a wooden ship, sailing ship every few years, then he'd off himself. Going off that text earlier, I thought you might like that. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. As you get older, there's just more where you're like, oh God. Oh God. They yearn for domestication. Oh, this is gonna turn my mood around. Little raccoon guy. I'm feeling down. Little buddy. You could not pry that raccoon away from my cold, dead hands. I would live every day for the rest of my life with that raccoon. And there are no laws that could stop me. There are no laws of heaven or man that could stop me from keeping that raccoon if I saved it like that. Maya would stop you? Maya wouldn't do shit. Maya couldn't even stop Jason from setting up an illegal petting zoo in his own house. What the fuck is she going to do about my raccoon?
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Will you ever go to Alveus? I would be happy to go to Alveus. It would absolutely be my fucking pleasure. It would absolutely be my fucking pleasure.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Has anyone requested happy birthday, Liza, today?
What is
By
the
the way,
spot on your
es mi
pants?
cumpleaños.
I don't know. Probably blood from me
We
trying
much
to
love
blow my
Rowan
own brains
Community
out.
Network.
I don't fucking know, man. Some Skara content for you in chat. I love Skara.
I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take
Why
no
is he
shit
so
from
suicidal?
Hey
Chat.
man, can you settle an
You
argument
guys,
for me?
your general
I told
presence.
my girlfriend that she was so white.
And ain't nobody else is gonna do. So every single time I come through and get it, come through and get it, I'm addicted to the way that you touch me. I want you. And
This is amazing.
ain't nobody else is gonna do.
Why was this made?
So every single time I come through and get it, come through and get it, I'm addicted to the way that you touch me. I want you, and ain't nobody else is gonna do. So every
Girl
single
really
time I
wanted a good
come
smash
through
burger,
and
so I
get
took
it,
her to burger. She
come
wrote
through
on my
and
belly
get
and
it,
head was so full
I'm
I didn't see the
addicted to
dial
the
on last
way
week
that
turned
you
human
touch
speed
me.
bump. Anyways, any movie recommendation to turn the mood around?
And ain't nobody else is gonna do. So every single time I come.
That's my goat. That's my fucking goat right there. That is my goat right there. Why is this video 3 hours long? Real. Dude, dude. I don't know about you guys, but Scar is the streamer that got me into streaming, dude. I love this guy. Man, he is so sweet. That era of him, I'm a cutie pie, IW dominate, Afro Moo. God, that was fucking incredible. 1 second song guess. Let's get it. I think that's Bound to Fall in Love. Bound to. Ooh, no. Okay. Oh, sicko mode. Nice. I think that's Pod. Here Comes the Boom? No Pod. Corn? I'm actually so locked. Anytime I need my ego buffed, I just have to play this game. How do you spell Soldier? I know his name is. It's Crank Dat, right? It's Crank Dat, isn't it? It's Crank Dat. Crank that, Soldier Boy. Boom.
Soldier Boy, tough. Hey, I got this new damn
Wow.
Soldier
Wow.
Boy. Just gotta punch, then crank back 3 times from left.
That was a clean fucking sweep. That one was clean. Nani, what is this? But it just takes more effort to get it up these days. Real. Currently the most accurate depiction of Jesus Christ. Oh, is this the new version of fucking InfoWars? Some of these clips have been great.
The Bible closely, and if we apply what we already know as fact, we can say with 99% accuracy, that's what Jesus Christ looked like.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting chills. Wow. How did you find this?
It was made for me with AI.
AI?
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a demon?
No. No, Jim, AI is perhaps God's most perfect and wondrous creation. Just look.
I feel like I'm in his presence. I really do.
That's phenomenal. That's very, you know what? That's very good. I'm happy to have watched that. Oh, I got to do something real quick. I gotta put a panel up for the people over at HyperX because we love HyperX. We really do. We love HyperX. We really do. I love HyperX. I really do. I really do love HyperX. They've been an awesome sponsor to me. And I actually do use their products. Fantastic products. Fantastic. You should all get HyperX. You should all click the link in my panels after I get it set up right now. That's right, folks. Go click that HyperX link. Oh, yeah. Guys, do me a favor. Everybody go click that link and use discount code WillNeff. I am actually going to give out some stuff because of that. I'm going to give some Neff sauce out. Why not, right? In honor of our new partnership. They're great. They sponsored me, and I'm an absolute fucking degenerate, misfit, lunatic, nutbag, and they were still like, you know what? He does good work. Hold on. You guys are pre-firing enters? Just hold on now. Hold on. Wait, what the? Hold on. What? Wait a moment.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Exclamation mark enter.
Hold on, I bogged this. One sec. Okay, never mind. I fixed it. Oh, no, I didn't fix it. Did I fix it? I fucking... Sorry.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Exclamation mark exit.
There we go. All right, we're giving out some Farley plushes. But you all got to click that HyperX panel, please. Please, 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 please. Do it. So they're like, hey, we're glad we sponsored Will. Because they're awesome. They've been really kind to me. Okie dokie 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 dokie. Thank you, Alloy. Dude, the Ryu theme in the City Pop version absolutely goes absolutely... I mean, this is crazy. There are our giveaway winners. Frio Soldolo Diadalos, Marty Bum 430. What's up, Marty Bum? And Unholy Llama Lord Unholy Llama Lord. Go to nefsauce.com/redeem to get your Farley plushes. New hot sauce is coming very soon, along with a more spicy flavor. Who were you sponsored by? HyperX. I was sponsored by HyperX, and they're awesome. And I use their products, and they're fantastic. And thank you, HyperX. Trailer for Onslaught. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. This movie doesn't look good. I've watched trailers for it, and this is the third time it's been shared tonight. We can watch these trailers. I don't know why you shared this trailer. Maybe you think it looks good. I don't think this movie looks good, but maybe it does. I don't know.
Want to come in with me?
I'll wait here.
Okay. Don't talk to strangers. I got burritos, I got beef jerky. We are all good.
Allow me to make proper introduction to the perfect soldiers.
I do like that the guy from Terminator is in it.
Crybaby. He was weeping as he slaughtered civilians. Cockroach was shot 48 times and survived.
I'm going to admit this trailer is much cooler than the last one they had. I like when all the villains have names. Call me old-fashioned.
This last soldier you will surely be aware of. The Butcher. They can see better in the dark. Once they begin killing...
You know what, Chatter? That was unfair of me. This trailer is much better than the last one I saw.
Will not stop. They are the human equivalent of a heat-seeking missile.
Remember the character of the onslaught against us.
Where are you going?
What studio? This is A24.
Your room. Get under the bed. Mommy needs to get her guns.
What do they want? The onslaught against us.
They're operating like a military unit.
Onslaught against us. Onslaught. Onslaught. Onslaught against us.
Hey, no, you are not smoking in front of my child.
AI24? Did A24 sign on with AI too? Did I miss that? Was that a story that happened? A24 fans mourn its death following a $75 million Google AI deal. Oh, I remember that now. Crazy. Crazy times we live in. Crazy, crazy times we live in. I forgot all about that. Holy shit, dude. Maybe I blocked it out. Maybe I just don't want to remember it. Michael Johnston from Obsession is reportedly in talks to star in the new Mummy movie alongside Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. Dude, we need a new Mummy. I miss the mummies. An ox and a moon. Thank you, Marty Bum. Oh, you didn't have to do that. Did you watch Matt Damon's Criterion Closet yet? No. Did he just dude, the Odyssey is doing the media tour. Let's check out what Matt Damon selected.
In the Criterion Closet, there's just an incredible collection here, and I'm just going to randomly grab some stuff and say what comes to mind. So Purple Noon, the same source material as The Talented Mr. Ripley. So I never saw Purple Noon because
same source material as The Talented Mr. Ripley. Interesting.
Famous as it is, I stayed away from it to do Ripley. I didn't want to see it, and Anthony McGee.
Sorry, I have a question. Not trying to advocate for AI, but what is the difference between it and CGI, for example? If used as a tool and tastefully, won't it be good for the movie industry? That's a question of who you define the movie industry as. I think ultimately, tastefully is an interesting modifier, right? I think, unfortunately, we as a population have been so abused by anyone in a position of any kind of economic authority or political authority that our assumption is that nothing will be done tastefully. And ultimately, everything kind of poses itself more as an existential threat than it does as a tool to better us. So you ask about a potential reality where AI could be used to benefit the employees that are already employed at studios? Certainly. The reality of the situation, though, is 2 years ago, we had a movie that took animators 5 years, killed for tax purposes. Wow, that's the reality that we live in within the film industry. So if your expectation is that studios or filmmakers or money men in film will apply this technology ethically in any way, I think you're betting against the tide. I think the poly market odds of that would be very low. And I think the reason that people have such a visceral response is that we have the lived experience, man. Our wages aren't going up. We've all been fucked in the ass by landlords and megacorps so many times that ultimately, is there a reality kind of multiverse style where AI is used tastefully within art? For sure. But in that same reality, Flint has clean drinking water, and we're not eating lettuce that makes our asshole fall out because the Food and Drug Administration actually gives a shit about what we eat. We live in a reality where literally our government can't even control the liability that is food, right? Like we play Russian roulette with our fucking food, man. You think that the film industry isn't going to fuck people over with a technology that they can use to replace their employees to make a cheaper bottom line? I wish that was the reality. I wish I could have that faith. I wish that I could turn my brain off and not see the coming tide of unemployment that is going to be ushered in by machines replacing humans at the cost of their dignity. I hope that helped. But you know, we are going to get some great fucking Transformer movies. Yeah!
Yell didn't want me to.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bum you out. It was honestly a really good question. I hope I didn't bum you out, or I hope that didn't come off as preachy either.
See it, and I never watched it after, but it is a classic, and so I'm going to pick this one up. The movie that he did have me see for Ripley was actually Knife in the Water. It was just to get a sense of the aesthetic and the boat work we were going to do. But I remember it being wonderful. I wanted to grab one of Soderbergh's movies. They have Traffic here. I like Traffic for a very special reason. So I've done, I think, 10 movies with Steven Soderbergh.
Traffic fucking rules.
Soderbergh, I absolutely adore him. I love working with him for so many reasons. I mean, he cuts in camera. He is the editor. He's the director. He's the cinematographer, and he's the camera operator. And he cuts the work you do the day you shoot it, and he sends it to you so you can watch the movie develop as it's going. When he won the Oscar for directing this movie, he kind of scoffed at the idea that he would do anything like it ever again. It's a remarkable movie, incredible performances. Benicio, everybody in this movie is great. Benicio is absolutely.
Benicio is killer in Traffic. That last scene where he's sitting at the ballpark, oh my God, fucking love Traffic.
Out of this world, he's phenomenal. But I'm taking it as a reminder to, when things go really well in your life creatively, never protect your beachhead. And that's a
spoilers. Him sitting at a baseball park is not a spoiler.
Conversation that I've had with Soderbergh many, many times. You want to keep pushing. You do not want to just do the same thing over and over and over. This movie is impossible to find. So if you can get a
Coming here after Caroline's stream is funny. She is fighting for each individual in the crowd socially, and here I feel seen in a completely different and necessary way. Caroline is like looking at you to try and save you, and I'm just gawking at your tits. Hey, Chad, how you doing? I'm being silly. I'm being self-deprivating. How do you feel seen here? Tell me. I actually really want to know. That would make me feel good.
Criterion edition of You Can Count on Me. You should definitely do that. This was my introduction to Kenny Lonergan. Casey Affleck and I went and did a play in London, one of Kenny's plays. I ended up producing Manchester by the Sea that Casey was in, and that all happened because I saw this about...
Do you think there's any chance Klubnik will challenge for the starting job? No, I don't. I don't think he will challenge for the starting job. I think Geno Smith will get hurt and he will start. And my evidence is that on that is every single Jets season going back 20 years. Our backup quarterback starts 2 or 3 games a year every single fucking year, probably for the last like 20 years. It's like the most clockwork thing in the world. So do I think Cade Klubnik is going to get a chance? Oh, for sure. But is it going to come by way of him winning a QB competition? No, it's going to come by way of Geno Smith getting hurt.
27 years ago, and was like that. It's just a beautiful...
Is Geno not getting suspended for his domestic abuse? Apparently that story was cooked. I don't know. I side with women, but from what I am hearing, that was not a complaint actually made in good faith about Geno Smith. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I haven't been following. That's the last time I checked in.
Beautiful little movie. I've been looking forward to show it to my kids for years, and I've even called Kenny, and he's like, I don't know. I can't find it either. So, Criterion Collection. Gus's movie, Drugstore Cowboy. I've got a couple of Gus's.
Love Drugstore Cowboy.
Yeah, Drugstore Cowboy. First Gus Van Sant movie I ever saw. I saw it in the Harvard Square Theater.
Did you see Vita potentially to the Rams? Yeah, Sean McVay said that was bullshit.
Exists. Matt Dillon quite famously said to Gus that he would never talk to him again after he saw The Rough Cut. And that was why Gus was nervous to show us The Rough Cut of Good Will Hunting. It's a phenomenal movie, and Matt Dillon's amazing. And they obviously made up once the movie came out and was a wild success. But what I'm actually looking for is My Own Private Idaho. River Phoenix has this amazing monologue at a campfire. And
did he just...
When I got to know Gus, it was the first thing I asked him. I asked him about that scene and how it came to be. And Gus told me this incredible story about River coming to work, and they had a different scene scripted. And River said, no, I have an idea. And Gus just let him do whatever. He just trusted his actor. There's a great lesson in collaboration and in trusting the people that you work with and being confident.
Can I say one thing that's really interesting about living in Los Angeles? And I don't know if anybody else experience this, but there is a part of this town that does feel like a tomb, where like when you are young and you first move to Los Angeles, one of the first things that everybody will point out is they'll be like, there's the Viper Room where River Phoenix died. Oh, there's the corner where Biggie was shot. Oh, there's the hotel where Belushi overdosed. Like you get so many of those when you first move to LA, and everything is kind of like a monument to a tragedy. It's really interesting. Lenny Bruce. Wow. Another great name there. Sorry. I just had a moment of like reflection I remember the first time that I went to the Viper Room and I was like, damn.
Confident in what you can do, but believing in what they can do too. So all that being said, where's My Own Private Idaho? Phenomenal movie. It's amazing how young he was too. Both of them. All right, One False Move. Ben and I loved this movie when it came out. And this is what turned us on to Carl Franklin, the director. We've been a fan of his since. And
he hasn't grabbed many like old films. A lot of these are kind of like 90s films. Interesting.
It was the first time we saw Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton, obviously, he went on to play a larger role in our lives. We both worked with him, love him. And Billy Bob wrote this, I'm pretty sure. That was why he kind of, he was in the movie and he wrote it.
Does Mahomes return to form this year? Yes. Is his team good enough to win a Super Bowl? No. So like if form is him playing in a Super Bowl, then no. Is he going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL? For sure. The problem is the Chiefs suck right now. I don't think that team has much talent on it aside from Mahomes.
While we were trying to do Good Will Hunting, and so another one of those signals that we might be on the right track. This one might not be surprising to anybody. No Country for Old Men. But
Rice and Walker, I'm sorry. We're in the era of NFL super teams. I'm sorry. If you think the Chiefs have enough talent to win a Super Bowl, you're dreaming. They just don't. Like the NFL moved on. Like you have to be packing your team with talent. The Chiefs just don't have it right now.
I worked with the Coen brothers when I did True Grit. The accent that I was doing, I was basing it on Tommy Lee, and the monologue that ends this movie, I don't know how many times I've watched it because I was watching it for work, but it was just, I enjoyed watching it. The final monologue that Tommy Lee has in this movie is so devastating. He is one of the great actors who has ever lived, and this movie is pretty damn near close to perfect. Oh yeah, this Double Indemnity, one of my favorite little exchanges I think ever in a movie. Barbara Stanwyck is being a little coy, and Fred McMurray says something to her that's like a little racy, and she says, "I wonder if I know what you're talking about." And he responds, "I wonder if you wonder." Wonderful film. And of course, Edward G. Robinson's in it. Sex, Lies, and Videotape. That would be a good way to go through here to find first films for directors, because there are some really good ones. That's another great first film, 12 Angry Men, Sidney Lumet. That's a hell of a way to introduce yourself to the world. This one was groundbreaking, and this one is just it's so beautifully directed and taught and acted, written, paced, everything. Brilliant. So I'm going to close my eyes and see what the closet feeds me. Hopefully a movie I have not seen. Maîtresse, I've never seen it. Young provincial in search of adventure stumbles into the subterranean world of sadomasochism when he is implicated in the burglary of a Paris apartment.
Oh! Butt fucking. That was the most Matt Damon response to a movie about sadomasochism. That was awesome. Oh, loved that. Neuromancer teaser. Yeah, Neuromancer looks dope. Appalachian Man carrying things.
Okay, this is the Criterion.
The two types of Criterion Closet videos. You got my attention.
Vault. It's an honor to be here. Only one of my films is in the Criterion collection. I hope one day all 97 of them will be here. A lot of the rights issues that's tied up with Dino De Laurentiis. Truly an honor just to be among... Oh my God, can I hold this? La Strada. I remember I first watched this 68. We just had our battle in Chicago, and I watched this film with a beautiful lady. In all the films I've made, I'll never make something as beautiful as this. I worked with the assistant cameraman, Antonio Vertucci. He worked on this film. He was an old-timer. He was around when he was at the gas station when Mussolini, He told me working on this film, between takes, Fellini used to jump on a pogo stick to get his creative juices flowing. Of course, Fellini had many ways to get his creative juices flowing. You know what I mean. Sex. I can take this, treasure this. I believe my granddaughter has a VHS player I can use to get to revisit this old film and have the memories come back to me. It's a beautiful thing. I'm grateful just to be here. I'm going to leave with just this, but thank you, Criterion. And
so is the second one going to be a young filmmaker who just ransacks everything?
Thank you to Federico Fellini. Sorry. I'm gonna need 4 or 5 more bags. You have the Blu-ray somewhere in stock? Can you get one? Do you mind saying like a couple of words just about each film? Because I haven't seen these ones yet. I don't have these ones yet. You said I could take as many as I want. That's what you. I know you got the Kubrick box set back there. Come on. I'm gonna need all the box sets. Well, then you shouldn't have invited me, huh?
Awesome. Nailed it. Have you considered taking a U day after your haircut? Day 2, lesbian maxing. You got my attention.
Mother of 2 accidentally got a lesbian haircut and then decided to become a lesbian. This is day 2. Today I flew to Northern California, which felt like the right place to continue this journey. I went to my first farmer.
Are you saying that I have a lesbian haircut? Because if you are implying that, that means that my hair looks great, because everybody knows that the best men's haircut are lesbian haircuts, because lesbians have great hairlines. Thank you.
Farmer's market. It was amazing. While I was walking around, I caught a look at my own reflection, and I saw a woman who had really been through something. Not me, but also not me. Her name was Saskia. She had left a disappointing marriage in Utrecht, and now she lived here and worked in a health food store. She did not chase people. She knew when to leave parties and when not to go to them at all. I tried to live by Saskia's rules for the rest of the day. No apologizing for taking up space, no explaining obvious feelings. All this time I could sense her pain too, and I knew it was my pain also. We were both holding on to something that we needed to let go. This has been day 2 of lesbian maxing.
Come to my window. God, man. Dude, Melissa Etheridge. That's my bitch, yo. Melissa Etheridge has some absolute... I'm telling you, where's my fucking track? Yeah.
Baby, can't you see my mind's a burning hell? I got razors a ripping and tearing and stripping my heart apart as well. Tonight you told me that you wait for something new. Some other woman is looking like something
That might be good to you. Go on and hold her till the screaming is gone. Go on, believe her when she tells you nothing's wrong. 'Cause I'm the only one who walks across the fire for you. And I'm the only one who's drowning my desire for you. It's only fear that makes you run, the demons that you're hiding from, when all your promises are gone. Dude. God. Melissa Etheridge cooks so fucking hard, man. God. Jesus Christ, that shit goes crazy. What an absolute fucking banger track. Someone said the subtitles were wrong. I didn't notice. You want to know why? Because I know that fucking song by heart. I don't need fucking subtitles. This bit kills me? Sure. Chinese Rodney Dangerfield?
Hey, what a beautiful crowd, huh? Hey, how we doing, huh? Hey, ne hou ma. Huh? Yeah, that's how we say hello where I'm from, from China, let me tell you. Oh, boy, real rough in China, I'll tell you. I'm Chinese, so that means I got Chinese parents, huh? Oh, let me tell you about my Chinese parents, huh? Oh, they hate me, huh? My Chinese parents, they hate me. When I was growing up, we had a one-child policy,
Oh,
so
yeah,
my parents
wow,
had another
that's
kid just so they
cool.
could get rid of me. Hey.
No!
Ne hou ma. All right. Hey, my family, they think I'm ugly. Let me tell you, they think I'm real ugly, They make me wear a mask even when I'm not sick. Oh, hey, all right, tough crowd. Nehoma. All right, huh? Hey, let me tell you this about my family, They got no boundaries, huh? They got no boundaries, They're always trying to come for my stuff, I'll tell you, Tell me what to do and take all my things, Like my career, my kids, my job. Who do they think I am, Taiwan? Oh! All right. Nehoma, too much, all right. Bring it back. All right. Oh, boy, let me tell you, I'm real bad with money, okay? I'm real bad with money. Not a good businessman, okay? Back in 2020, I invested in a bunch of kissing booths in Wuhan. Oh, not a good businessman, let me tell you. Oh, boy, huh? So now I have to get a...
This is so... Okay. I think I've talked about this like once or twice, but my mentor in high school, like my comedy mentor, she and her husband were best friends with Rodney Dangerfield. So I grew up watching so much Rodney Dangerfield, so much fucking chairman of the board, et cetera, and this shit is so fucking on it.
A real job with a real boss, And my boss, you know what? He never gives me any respect, let me tell you. My boss, huh? Oh, man, my boss the other day, I asked him for a raise. You know what he did? Gave me a step stool. I said, how's that going to make my wife happy, huh? So he handed me a noose. Oh, hey. Oh, Nehoma. Oh, boy, huh? Let me tell you. Oh, man, let me tell you. In China, we got a president, too, His name's Xi Jinping. You heard of Xi Jinping, we got President Xi. Let me tell you about President Xi. Can't say anything bad about him, huh? Too dangerous, huh? So I'm not going to say anything bad about President Xi. No, let me tell you this. I say anything bad about President Xi, he's going to turn me into a Xi, huh? I forgot what era I'm in. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Nehoma. All right. Oh, boy, it's good to be back here in Los Angeles, I'll tell you. Oh, the streets are real tough, I was walking down the street the other day. Some guy comes up to me and says, go back to China. I said, they don't want me there either. Oh, hey. Nehoma. All right. Hey, let me tell you about my kids. Oh, boy, my kids, I got real stupid kids, they're real dumb, All they do, they get just a bunch of B's. They never get an A, I never see my kids get an A. The only time my kid got an A was on a blood test. Turns out, not even my kid. What are you gonna... That brings me to my wife. Oh, let me tell you about my wife. Oh, boy, my wife.
This is... It's such a good impression.
No, my wife, she can't cook, huh? She gets all of her ingredients from the wet markets, huh? Let me tell
I'm going to be honest. This audience, I don't even know if they are processing like that this is an impression. It feels like they are nervous about his jokes and they don't understand that this is an impression.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, don't remember that. All right.
Rodney was not transphobic. Neither is this guy. What are you talking about?
Back in 2020, let me tell you, back in 2020, she was making Batatouille. You ever hear about that, huh? Made by a bat. Killed 7 million people. Oh, hey.
Are you talking about the Xi making me a Xi joke? He's saying that President Xi would fuck him. Not that. I was going through the routine and I was like, where did the chatter get that this guy was a transphobe? No, he was saying that he was going to fuck him.
Nehoma. I'll tell you. Me and my wife, she wants nothing to do with me, let me tell you. Try to get frisky with my wife, So I texted her. I said, hey, send some nudes. You know what she did? Send me a picture of a pack of ramen. Oh, I'll tell you. Oh, boy.
Dude, this crowd is dead.
Nehoma. Oh, boy. Oh, man. All right. Oh, you know what? Hey, let me tell you about my wife. Our sex life. We got no sex life. Me and my wife. Oh boy, it's real rough. Maybe you don't know this, but in Mandarin, the word for a cigarette lighter and a hand job sound very similar. I didn't find out until Valentine's Day when my wife tried to set me on fire. Oh, hey. All right, guys, enjoy your free elections. I've been Chinese Rodney Dangerfield, huh? Thanks so much.
What a great impression. What a fucking stupid bit. I did not expect that I would like that so much, but that was great. That was very good. Valkyrie breaking X-Men casting spoilers. Wait, what?
The characters.
Oh, bro, I thought you were saying Ray got cast in an X-Men project. I was like, stop.
In the film you're aware of, and without spoiling anything, who is your favorite or who are you most excited to see?
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Jean. I like Jean.
Okay.
She's the villain, but like, there's a reason to her madness.
Okay. Is that a spoiler?
I like.
Wait, what movie is he talking about? Wait, what just happened?
Out of all the characters in the film you're aware of.
Is he talking about Spider-Man?
And without spoiling anything, who is your favorite or who are you most excited to see?
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Jean. I like. Jean.
Okay.
She's the villain, but like, there's a reason to her madness.
Okay.
I feel like that clip of Doja Cat where she's listening to the song and she's like, what the fuck am I? What?
Is that a spoiler?
I like her. I like her character. I like her character. I don't know why.
Wait. What? Wait. What are we talking about? Hold on. Okay, we need to go through this. Is he saying that Jean Grey is in Spider-Man Brand New Day, or is there an actress by the name of Jean that we knew that already and she's the villain?
I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
This dude pulled a Mark Ruffalo.
Wait, that is... Okay, so Sadie Sink is in the movie, and people assumed she was Jean Grey. But, ladies and gentlemen, before you all said we know, we didn't know. Sadie Sink is still fucking uncredited. Also, we didn't know that Jean Grey was the fucking villain. He just double fucking clutched that. That's crazy. That is crazy. He Mark Ruffalo'd. Oh my God, he Ruffalo'd it. Bro, I gotta hit up Ray after this. When you're on a red carpet and someone okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. Ray, I'm proud of my girl because this is one of her first red carpets, right? Snaps for Ray. She looks fantastic. Look at what a pro she is.
Jean.
You could see in her face immediately because they probably walked her through and they were like, here are the things that you absolutely should not mention under any circumstance. And he just dropped it and she was like, oh, wait. What? No.
I like Jean.
Dude, look at that. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
She's the villain, but like...
That's a double whammy. She's like, oh, fuck.
There's a reason to...
She hit the fucking...
Like, there's a reason to her madness.
Okay. Is that a spoiler?
Yes. God, I love me some Valkyrie. That was awesome. That was awesome. She handled that like a pro. She handled that like a pro. Dude, whenever you, okay, as someone who's done a number of carpets, like, okay, for example, I can talk about this now, but when I did that event for Death Stranding, there was like a list of things where they were like, do not mention this, do not mention this, do not mention this, and do not ask about this. So I bet Jean Grey was on the do not fucking mention list. That's so awesome. There's a reason for her madness. Ooh, dude. Okay, I know we're probably getting Dark Phoenix, but what if never mind. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to use my nerd knowledge to speculate. There's too many scenes for Disclosure Day to pick one. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is the scene. This is the scene. Oh my God. This is the scene I was talking about. This is the scene I was talking about. This was the scene I was talking about. Oh my God. This is amazing. Finally. I talked about this movie, but now I have the visual aid. This is him hiding from a team of the most elite soldiers in the world. Watch this. Watch. This is actually movie magic. Okay. I just want to point something out. What? Look at the zoom real quick. Hold on. Oh God, this is so awesome. We can go through this scene by scene. This guy is looking around with binoculars. They both are. He's like, oh, fuck. Oh, dude, look, there's part of a bush here. He runs towards them. Oh God, this is so awesome that we finally get to watch this. Look at how many people there are! And then it even goes as far as to show you the view from the opposite side of the fence. So you can, there's no illusion that these twigs are covering him up at all. Oh my God, this is so amazing. Oh my God, I'm so glad we get to watch this together. Oh my God, this is so, look, there's a guy in the car right there. He was getting, right there, eye line. He hits the deck so hard. He even grunts. The actor is wearing a mic and you can hear him grunt so hard. You would hear this. Listen. Oh my God. This is incredible. Oh my God, this is so incredible. Oh my, this is actual magic. Oh, watch. Oh my God, are they going to show the next part where he just drives the car into a tree immediately? Oh my God. Guys, this is a fucking gift. Watch this. Gets in the car. Just gets in the car. Keys in the car. Yep. Loudly closes the door. Starts the engine. What are you doing? He can just drive past them, or he can reverse. He can just reverse right now. Okay. 6 options. Reverse the car. Quietly drive through. Do a quick U-turn. Look authoritative. Sit in the car for a while to hatch it out. Let's look what he actually goes with. What am I doing? Drives towards them. Door open on the other side. crashes into tree. Shoot the tires! Drives backward, crashes into another tree.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God, this is so awesome. Oh God, this is so awesome. Oh my God, I love this. Somehow he gets 8 car lengths away from them. Smashes the car in through a house.
What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
You can see the other cars slow down in the shot. Watch. Watch. You see where they are? He crashes through. You can see them decelerating to give him more time because they wanted to do this all in one shot. Oh, hey! Drives to the other side of the house. Oh, God, this is so awesome. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, shit.
Get your seatbelt on!
Nope.
Gene! Gene!
God, this movie's so awesome. This movie's so fucking awesome. Hold on. We can fix it. We can fix it. Hold on. We can fix it.
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
It's like a video game. Their vision cone didn't see him on the mini-map, so they don't know he was there.
Silence through the night.
What a thrill.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart. But you're so supreme.
Show him!
I give my life.
Get him a fucking cardboard box!
But for you. In my time, there be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream,
Thanks for spoiling another movie again. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive for the day we see new life.
Yes! Yes! Crash!
Give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time.
At what point does Ocelot show?
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream.
Wow. Wow.
The actor notices him and pretends to look away.
Wait, I gotta see that. God, that was good.
I don't take
That was good shit.
Tie for the validation. People in the theater looked at me weird when I was laughing hard at several sequences
I
in this
was
movie.
cackling.
An Emily Blunt Jedi mind tricks a bunch of trained military people by looking like their grandma. I couldn't help but laugh.
I was cackling. The guy in the SUV sees him dive. Oh, look, he does. He's looking right at him. He's looking right at him. That's awesome. Must have been the wind. Exclamation point. Oh, that's awesome. Golly, my shoulders all crapped up. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I'm getting old. That's probably what's going on. Why is this shit always happening to boomers?
Really?
A Florida woman is the talk of the town with her racy license plate she got in the mail. Squiz ass.
Really? No, GMV, no. That's what I said. No, GMV. You're going back. That's what I said.
When Nancy Delastrita went to collect her mail, she got quite the surprise, a new license plate with her vehicle registration renewal.
And I looked at it, and I said, I don't think so.
The plate reads SQZ-A55, but from a distance, those 55s can be read as S's. Well, you get the picture. Squeeze blank.
I don't think a woman that lives in a senior community that's going to be 77 years old next month will be driving around with what this plate has to say.
Squeeze ass.
The plates become the talk around her retirement community, especially the men. We were with her when she showed it to one of her 89-year-old neighbors.
And this is what I received from the DMV for my new license plate. That's good for 10 years. Good. Good?
Nancy's plate
He's like, I like it.
Was mailed from the Broward Property Tax Collector's office. We went there to try to help her get some answers. It's a question about a tag, if you want to replace a tag. And while no one wanted to talk on camera, we were told anyone unhappy with a plate can turn it in for another one for free.
I'm kind of resigning to it. And I figured maybe it was just destined to be on my car.
So for now, Nancy's keeping the tag, although she is planning to let the state know about it. She'll see the reaction when she goes public with her new plate.
I can handle it if I get a few honks here and there. Actually, being over 70, I might like a few honks.
Dude, my favorite part about that story is how far she came in the course of 2 minutes. That literally started with her being like, well, I can't have a plate like that. And by the way, she's like, I kind of like it. Pitch meeting for Disclosure Day? Oh, hell yeah.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking, what if aliens existed? Well, I certainly don't think they'd appear as some Hollywood producer with your exact face because my human mask machine glitched. Oh, me neither. I think they'd be great with googly eyes. Yeah, that sounds right. So this movie's called Disclosure Day, and it's about the existence of aliens being revealed to humanity. Oh, okay. Really dive into the global repercussions, see how it affects the world. Well, no. I was thinking we go right up to the disclosure and then we just kind of end it. Oh, so should we call this Disclosure Day's Eve? Eve? Why would we do that? I think people might get mad when they realize. It's like if you went to watch The Day After Tomorrow and then you find out it's about tomorrow. I think it'll be okay. So we're gonna meet this guy Daniel, and he stole an alien evidence from an evil corporation called Wardex. Okay, so he's gonna upload it online, get it out into the world. No. That would never work. The only way the public would ever believe this news is if it came from the most trusted source on Earth, a local American news station.
Correct.
Well, that's not true. You sure? Because there's a billboard right outside for the local news station, and it says, the only news you can trust. I think that's like a slogan. Well, damn it. It's okay, maybe this is like an alternate universe where that's the case. And also them reporting something means that everybody believes it without question? Sure. Great. So anyway, Noah Scanlon, the head of Wardex, he wants to stop disclosure because he thinks that would just, the world would go into chaos. What's the world like now? The world's in total chaos. Got it. So for the whole movie, Daniel and his girlfriend Jane are gonna try to avoid getting captured by these evil Wardex people. Is that gonna be hard to do? Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, because see, anytime these Wardex agents show up, they seem to only be able to look in one direction as a group? What do you mean? Well, at various times when they show up, Daniel's easily able to sneak out a window or hide behind a rock or behind a fence that's just 3 sticks barely holding together. So how do these incompetent guys keep finding them? Well, see, Scanlon has a special thingy. Having a special thingy is tight. And this thingy is alien tech that lets him kind of take over people, so he keeps like possessing Jane to find out where they are. Very sneaky. Yeah, but Daniel figures it out pretty fast, so when they get to this motel, they hide everything in the room that has
If I like Disclosure Day, am I stupid? I did laugh at all the silly, unrealistic parts. No, you can like whatever you want. You can like whatever you want. I like some real stinkers too. I think ultimately you are allowed to enjoy whatever you want. I think the argument though that it's like a good movie is like where you would be in trouble, right? Like I like Tommy Wiseau's The Room. And I said when I watched this movie, I actually had a great time because I was like laughing at how bad it was. So like I enjoyed the experience, as I said, because I literally felt, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm watching the worst movie ever made. Like this is incredible. I'm watching the biggest piece of shit ever made. And like there's something very satisfying about that. You know what I mean? Like I think I will probably watch this movie again. Like I'll probably smoke weed with my friends and watch this and be like, look at the time that Steven Spielberg like lost his fucking mind and made one of the biggest pieces of shit of all time. Like there's something kind of magic about that. But like you can enjoy whatever you want. Don't make people make you feel bad about like whatever art you enjoy.
Hotel's name or address on it. So how do they find them there? Well, after all that hiding stuff, Daniel gets sleepy and he falls asleep holding a paper with the name and address on it. Whoops. Whoopsie. So anyway, the bad guys eventually do capture Daniel, but before that, he slips a little alien device to Jane. Oh, so Scanlon can just mind control her again and take it. Yeah, but he's not gonna. Why not? Because that works. And so also, meanwhile, we're gonna start following the movie's other protagonist. Oh, there's another one. Sure is, sir. Her name's Margaret, and she starts talking a bunch of alien gibberish on TV. And then she can also read people's minds and appear to them as their deceased loved ones. What? Yeah, that's gonna be like the main way she gets out of situations, just kind of emotionally traumatize someone and walk past them. Oh my god. Yeah, and she also has this freaking like alien Jeep.
Oh my God. Yeah, these were all my criticisms. It is nice to be validated.
GPS in her brain that's telling her where Daniel is and that she should go to him. Wait, why is her alien GPS brain directing her to him? Well, see, because we find out they actually both have a connection to the aliens. Oh. And when we find that out about Daniel, he's standing in a field and a bunch of crop circles suddenly appear. What are those about? Those are about looking cool in the trailer and nothing else. Sounds good to me. So they go see this guy, Hugo, who's leading the team of whistleblowers from Windex. Did you say Windex?
God, Coleman Domingo, I love you so much. Coleman Domingo was so bad in this movie. He was so bad!
I don't think so. So the whole movie we get snippets of him talking on the phone in a warehouse while stuff's being built behind him. Very mysterious. And now we find out what's being built is an exact replica of Margaret's childhood home. Why'd he build that? Because he wants to try and jog her memory to remember something from
childhood. Just hearing this is crazy. Just hearing this is crazy.
Childhood. He didn't want to start by just showing her a picture, see if that worked. No, he just immediately goes full Nathan Fielder. Anyway, it works. Maybe a VR experience. Anyway, what does she remember? That her and Daniel were both abducted by aliens as children, and she was given the power of empathy and him of listening. How come? To be able to disclose the truth to humanity or something. something. Couldn't they just do that themselves? No. It has to be a little complicated, or this is not going to be a full-length movie.
Fair enough.
So anyway, eventually they head to the local news station, the most trusted source of information ever that no one has ever questioned.
Kansas City local news.
But then freaking Windex goons show up and destroy the station's power supply. I think you definitely said Windex that time. Doubt it. Then freaking Jane shows up with that device, and Margaret is able to use it to turn the TVs back on and whatnot. Oh, this thingy can do that? This thing can do anything I want it to do in any given scene. At a certain point, it makes people invisible for a while.
Neat.
So what do the bad guys do? Give up? Oh, yeah, Scanlon straight up takes a seat to watch, and all the other guys just walk away.
Single file walk out of the room. One of the greatest moments in film history.
Well, great. Yeah, I mean, if the movie's almost over, why would he keep trying? What, is he going to keep trying during the credits? That makes no sense. So they disclose that aliens are real, and then Hugo wheels out this live alien he's had this whole time. He's had a live alien this whole time? Why not just bring that to the studio? Because the way this works is that this old alien's got to whisper something to Daniel, who has the power of listening. And he's got to translate that for Margaret, who has the power of empathy.
Right.
And she's got to share this message with the world. And what's the message? Well, she looks right into the camera and says, listen. And then what? And then we cut to credits. So what do you think? Wait, what was that? We're done. What do you think? I don't know. This movie sounds like a long chase scene where the chasers are not very good at chasing. Kind of. And then ends right when the interesting...
Bro, he doesn't even mention that for some reason Steven Spielberg makes it all an allegory about keeping your faith in Christianity in the face of alien life.
Thing about the premise happens? That's right. Yeah. I don't know. We can market it as Spielberg's triumphant return to aliens.
Isn't he Jewish? That is correct.
It has been a while since Crystal Skull. All right, let's do that. Hi, this is Ryan.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I said this when the movie came out, and that review got a lot of juice, but I maintain this. I do think that Disclosure Day is the worst movie ever made. And again, I grade on a curve, right? If you've seen some movie that like some fucking student film guy made with like a budget of like $1,000. He made a kung fu movie in 1987, and you're like, oh no, this is Hand of Butt Plug, the action adventure made by films. Like, no, that's not the worst movie ever. I'm talking about like a mainline, like massive budget Hollywood film. Disclosure Day is the worst one ever. Like it really is. It's amazing. It really is amazing. Worse than Morbius? I would say Morbius is 10 times the film that Disclosure Day is. Worse than Rise of Skywalker? Yeah, no, I think it's the worst movie of all time. Like I'm hard in there. I'm in there. It makes it the plot is so nonsensical that it's like you basically have to not really pay attention to the movie, which I think is kind of the expectation of a lot of filmmakers now, is that people don't watch movies critically, which is like the Netflix theory, right? Where like all the movies basically will state the plot 4 times throughout the course of the movie so that you remember what's going on. Like the filmmakers don't think much of the people that watch their movies anymore. You know what I mean? It's the reason that Jason Statham halfway through the movie's like, you're telling me I gotta go in here using only this ice cream vehicle and kill all these terrorists? That's right, Jason. Well, all right then. Let's get them some rocky road. Jason Statham is the ice cream man. You know what I mean? Like that is a bunch of movies now. Like audiences are just on their phone watching at home. And so like they have to state the plot. And I honestly, like Disclosure Day, the plot line, if you actually like, let me boil it down to the ANZ. It's a movie about aliens wanting to let humanity know they exist not by just showing up, but by kidnapping 2 children, giving them special powers, waiting 30 years, and then using those special powers to hijack a Kansas City local news station. That is the plot of the movie, and then it ends there. So like when you hear that out loud, like there's no way that other than Spielberg you could have pitched that. Like, can you imagine me going into a meeting with like A24 and giving that as a pitch? They would sedate me. They would think that I showed up on crystal meth. You know what I mean? They would think I had a drug problem. They'd be like, wow, that streamer Will Neff showed up to his pitch meeting high on crystal. But because it's Spielberg, because he's like this, film Jesus, everybody was like, hey, man, brilliant. How much money do you need? 100 million? Good.
Can you comment on the visual look of Spielberg's modern era films? I really can't stand the style of his cinematographer Kaminsky.
Yeah, Spielberg,
That's for cool.
Should have just shown Ho for the pitch instead of.
Spielberg was an early adapter of CGI. And the thing is, you have to realize Jurassic Park is like the Mason-Dixon line, right? Because if you've ever seen Jurassic Park, you'll know that the dinosaurs in the original one look great. They look fantastic. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Jurassic Park was originally supposed to be done with claymation. Oh my God, what? Claymation? So Jurassic Park was originally supposed to be done with claymation by Phil Tippett. And if you don't know who Phil Tippett is, Phil Tippett was kind of the guy in stop motion animation. He did like the original like Clash of the Titans and stuff. And he also did the mechs in the original Star Wars, like the big AT-ATs and stuff like that. So he was kind of the fucking guy in stop motion. And if you needed something unbelievable done, you'd go to Phil and he would fucking make it real by the process of like actually creating the things. And if you don't believe me, here is a documentary on Phil Tippett you can go watch. Vice did. And it's really incredible to go watch a lot of his work, right? It was really quite influential, him doing all this stop motion stuff and these monsters. And he was supposed to do the dinosaurs for Jurassic Park. Well, what happened was there was a CGI studio that were kind of working with the early like test limits of CGI, and they knew that Spielberg was making Jurassic Park, and so they drew up a short animation of a Tyrannosaurus Rex running in place, right? And Spielberg went in to visit them because they had requested a meeting, and they had the short, like 5-second animation playing on a wall in the middle of their studio or lobby or whatever. And he saw it and was like, "What the fuck is that?" And they were like, it's just some test footage that we always leave up. They knew what they were doing. They were baiting him. They were honeypotting him. And he was like, "Can you show me some more of that?" And they're like, "Yes, of course." They didn't have any more, but they're like, "For sure." So they started working together, and Spielberg completely redid the film. He threw out all of Tippett's shit. And Jurassic Park became one of the big first adapters of CGI. And the CGI looked really good because A, it was used sparingly in conjunction with practical effects. And B, he gave the animators time. That's one thing. I think everybody assumes CGI just kind of looks like garbage arbitrarily, but usually the reason CGI looks like garbage is because these poor animators are working on like a month timeline, and they're like, I gotta do Mjolnir in 2 seconds. I gotta animate Mjolnir flying through the Pentagon in a week. And they just don't have time to do this. And they're not being used sparingly, right? When you use CGI, like if I had a green screen right now and you had to CGI my entire background and you had to put a cape on and for some reason I didn't shave, so you have to get rid of my mustache to make me look like whatever character I'm playing, it starts to degrade the whole, right? Which is why the sparing usage of CGI in early films is a little bit more acceptable. But Spielberg basically was born on second and thought he hit a double, right? He was like, wait a minute, I can just use this for whatever now. Look at Jurassic Park. And after that, he kind of never went back and he just threw CGI at everything. And he's also a guy who owns his own fucking production company. So no one can tell him no on his money. He's spending his own fucking money, essentially. So I think that is why the look of his films has degraded so much since that moment. Because it was never him. There you go. Will, how would you fix this plot? I just wouldn't make that movie. Disclosure Day is such like a weird dog whistle to like all the conspiracy theorists that also participate in QAnon, right? Like the whole like, these are Andromedons. They're gray aliens that once abducted me in Costa Mesa and they fingered my butt and they told me that being gay is a sin against God and space. You know what I mean? It's like that group of people. That's like who Disclosure Day kind of appeals to. It's like such a uncreative version of aliens. And beyond that, like it's so old. It's so dated. Like, I guess Little Gray Men is impressive in the 1970s when we still believed that there was like magic in the world and that, Roswell and stuff like that was interesting to us. But like now we have like Arrival and like all of these alien projects that are like so advanced and our understanding of what alien life could look like is so far beyond the just Little Gray Men. And it's like Steven Spielberg has not advanced at all since then. He's still doing a project that's like, it doesn't appeal anymore. Arrival fucks so hard. Will doesn't like that movie. It's not that I don't like it. It's just, it was not my cup of tea. I thought it was impressive, and I thought the alien design was very impressive. So you're saying he's washed? I'm saying he doesn't really care. But I would say that any artist, if you remove yourself from reality and surround yourself with sycophants, you will suck. Like every artist who has fallen off has one very important thing in common, and that is that they got really wealthy, they stopped being normal people, and they surrounded themselves with agents and managers and underlings who are like, genius! You can't make art for billionaires. When billionaires make art for billionaires, there's 7 other people that can enjoy it. Right? Like if you only make art for the most sheltered people on the planet, like that's all who it's going to relate to. The average person is not going to watch that and feel some deep sense of catharsis.
Hey! Taylor Swift just released a new song and she's coming out.
As a lesbian?
Yes, as a lesbian.
Okay.
She's always been.
Okay.
All right. It's called Rainbow Dress.
Hot summer June, sleepless afternoon.
June.
Wearing my rainbow dress.
Is that a real Taylor Swift song? It's pretty good.
As a lesbian?
Yes, as a lesbian.
Okay.
She's always been.
Okay.
All right. It's called Rainbow Dress.
Hot summer June, sleepless afternoon.
June.
Wearing my rainbow dress.
Is this Taylor?
So
She sounds bad.
Listen.
Like the vocals sound bad.
Jonathan Van Ness.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
It's her best friend.
Straight sex at the gate.
Was it straight sex?
That's not so good.
That doesn't sound that good.
She's at the Gay Pride Parade.
It's very confusing, this song.
Yeah.
I wish there was straight pride at the gay pride parade.
It's like a right-wing talking point.
If you guys are gonna listen,
No.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
no,
stop
all right.
playing it.
By the way, this comedy group have done like 4 sketches that have been amazing. Caroline showed me this comedy group, and they are so bizarro world. They're so funny.
We'll listen. We're gonna
She's
listen.
talking about being at the Gay Pride Parade.
If this is supposed to be your song where she's coming out, like, why does she talk so much about straight pride?
You have such a limited view of gender.
Oh, yeah.
You sniveling fuck.
Let's listen to the next
Second
verse.
verse is gayer. You guys are
You sniveling fuck. Oh my God. I gotta call Hassan that sometime. Sniveling fuck. That's a good one.
gonna like it.
Who produced this?
I think it's Jack Antonoff.
Sounds really bad.
Dripping down your balls. A spark
Do you like
She's really good at allegory.
Julia, are you okay?
It's an allegory for queer love.
The balls line?
compass. When I can't smell your balls.
Jesus, that's like disgusting.
Balls are like a compass to my nose.
What is this? Pauses. Julia, what the fuck is this?
Are you guys gonna talk the whole time?
I don't get it. I don't get what you're trying to do with this.
Where is she, JT, in the song?
She's at the Gay Pride Parade.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
All right, yeah.
Nethmod.
It's fucking gay.
Thank you. Death in the box.
Okay, this next part, okay, you're gonna love this part.
I hate all vagina.
All right.
It's an allegory.
Not gay at all.
By a maniac.
No, it's gay.
This seems really like gender essentialist and hateful.
She has internalized homophobia.
That's disgusting gay shit.
All right.
It's an allegory.
Not gay at all.
By a maniac.
No, it's gay.
This seems really like gender essentialist and hateful.
She has internalized homophobia.
I am heterosexual.
How are we supposed to interpret
You
that?
guys are fucking assholes.
Yeah, you know what? We are being a little bit negative.
I agree with you.
She's gay. You know, maybe she just wasn't like that outward about it with this one song.
Julia?
Julia?
That's disgusting gay shit. Wait, we gotta watch another one of their videos. Dude, their comedy is so bizarre.
I don't think we should
I'm
go
a
see
stud.
Michael. I
I'm
think
Go ahead.
I don't take no shit from anyone.
Will, a bit off topic, but as a coaster head, are you gonna go ride that new coaster at Universal Hollywood that's opening soon? Seems sick as hell.
Yes, I will. I also want to go see the Dark Universe at the other Universal.
the optics are bad. Oh my god. Is that Michael Jackson?
Guys, it's me, Michael Jackson.
Are you the ghost of Michael Jackson?
See, you gotta go see my movie where I saved the world.
You don't sound like Michael Jackson.
No, man, it's Michael Jackson.
Alright, why don't you sing us a song?
Can I get a beat? What's the song by him?
Come on, man.
What's the song by him?
The most famous song. Do bad.
Because it's no good. Bad. Touching on the child. Bad. Don't do it. Touching on the niño. What, man?
Touching on the Nino. Dude, they are so funny.
Man.
What's the song by
The
him?
most famous song. Do bad.
Because it's no good. Bad. Touching on the child. Bad. Don't do it. Touching on the niño. What, man? You guys are like
You
sticklers.
think Michael Jackson was singing about how much he wanted to touch kids?
Ping pong. Come on,
Wait a
man.
minute. You keep saying ping pong. What is that? He says he. I don't think this is the ghost of Michael Jackson.
You sound like a Puerto Rican Michael Jackson impersonator who doesn't really know a lot about
Michael Jackson, he was, he became white, he loved reggaeton.
He loved reggaeton.
Ay, my toes! Oh, man! Fuck, my toes!
Michael Jackson could do that movie.
I'm a Puerto Rican impersonator.
Yeah.
Mira. I'm sort of a C+.
That's generous.
Mira, fucking in concert, you think, fuck off. Can I be honest? Yeah. Michael Noyes in heaven.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
Give me a beat. Billy Kid is not a child. So therefore, I do not want a toy.
I mean, I don't need to tell you that those aren't the lyrics.
So I do not want a touch. Wait, I need more videos by them. God, they're so funny. What is the name of that comedy group? I have to have more.
You love fast car.
Guys, I just did the final round interview for that job.
Wow, that's
Oh, this is the one Caroline showed me. This one is incredible. This is a 10 out of 10.
awesome.
Wait, where was it again?
Is it Rikers?
Oh.
Doing the electric chairs.
Oh.
And I put you guys down as references.
Hi, yeah. I was Diego's boss at the kill shelter.
Oh, that dirty doggone son of a bitch.
Very punctual, super organized, very morally bankrupt.
Yeah, we scammed old people out of thousands of dollars.
Very ruthless. No, I don't think it would bother him if he got an innocent. Yeah, I'll hold.
No, he wouldn't discriminate. He would kill women. He would kill women. Non-binary? I'd have to ask.
I got the job.
Hey, what's up?
How was your first day, man?
Oh, dude, you're never gonna guess what happened.
You zapped yourself.
I forgot to tell you guys, I fried that guy for like 30 minutes today. Yeah, it took him super long to die.
Is that
Dude, the hard cut to him fucking shaking his head is unbelievable.
I fried that guy for like 30 minutes today. Yeah, it took him super long to die.
is that normal?
No, not at all. I fucked up. After 36 months, I can move up to lethal injection. I make $38,000 a year.
That's not very good.
Yeah, and I forgot to put that hood on so everyone could see the expression on his face.
What did he look like?
You ever been zapped to death? I think I might be against the death penalty.
Oh my god, you guys, would you rather have a gay son or a son daughter?
Gay son.
Gay son. And then it just ends. And then it just ends. Insane ending to that sketch. Holy shit. All right, we gotta watch one more.
I feel like the problem is the pants.
Guys, my boyfriend's coming upstairs.
Your what?
My boyfriend.
What are you talking about?
I need you guys to play along. Please play along. Please play along.
Bring in the boyfriend.
Hey, baby.
Hey, guys. Hey, what's up, man?
You beguile me.
Mikey.
Whatever
Mike.
you want.
It's Mike.
It's and it's like a romantic relationship.
He's my big hunk of meat.
I've never known Julia to be romantic is what I was gonna say.
Boy, is it passionate.
It stinks in there. Just met you.
Dude, we got 2 Febrezes.
2 different Febrezes, one on one side of the bed, one on the other side. No, you
You bought them? You went, it stinks so bad we do stuff in here. Let me make a trip to the store and get some air freshener.
No, I'm putting it down on him.
No, you're not.
I like how they don't re-record anything. They're all like laughing in the middle of the sketch.
I am putting it down on him.
Puts it down on me.
I hate this.
I can smell that stink from 10 miles away, baby. But most of the time, it's right next to me in my bed. And I'm right next
Why? Change the subject, please.
When I'm reaching around for the pecs, I say, what if this were beautiful lady breasts?
Okay. He does say that.
Julia, we need to talk.
Okay.
Julia, what are you doing?
He's worth $2 billion.
All right, understood.
Mikey, my man.
Guys, this is such a nice apartment. Whose flag is this? You know. We're gay.
What if this were beautiful lady breasts?
In this house lives one singular lesbian woman alongside 2 straight guys who are willing to lie under the correct financial circumstances. Actually, JT has big thoughts before a lesbian woman pays rent here. Her name is Julia. Bottles don't work on me.
Abracadabra, ooh la la. Holy shit, dude. God, that was funny.
Oh yeah, wow.
Hey, go ahead.
Haven't caught a stream in a minute. Good
Thank
to be
you.
back. I ran my first ever 10K this weekend.
What? You ran your first 10K. Good for you. Well, holy shit. That's long. That's far. My back is fucking killing me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I am in a lot of pain. I don't know what's going on with me. You seen me rubbing my back? I gotta figure this thing out, man. Gotta rice that shit. I gotta rice my back. Wait a minute. What is ricing my back? Has workout technology changed? Laying rice. Yeah, hold on, guys. I gotta go rice my back. Oh, ice. Right. That's so funny. Guys, I'm in pain. All right, you know what? Also, I'm just readjusting to streamer life. I'm readjusting to it. I'm coming back to it, and I'm like, hey, streaming, how you doing? And streaming's like, kill yourself. And I'm like, no, please, I just want to entertain people. And I'm just kind of, making my way back. And it's
Shot on sight and pray to Jesus Christ with all of our might. We had no cameras to shoot the landscape. We passed the hash pipe and quit our doorsteps. And it was dark.
Bow, bow, as dark at night.
And we held on to each other like brother to brother. We promised our mothers we'd rise.
And they were sharp. I'm sorry. Do you believe in chiropractors? Do I believe in that? You don't want to go down to the lake after dark. Why? Oh, you might run into the chiropractor. What's that? He lurks around the corner and he just exists to snap your neck, boy. He gonna rearrange your spine. He gonna put a ring-a-dinger around your neck and crack. Yeah, I believe in them. I believe that they exist. To varying degree of success. Listen, sometimes you just need something cracked. I don't know if all chiropractic is something I would recommend. I would, I believe in stretching. Here's the thing. You guys have watched. It's happened in front of your eyes. I got old. I'm just getting older. It happens. It happens to the best of us. I've really staved off the effects of time for as long as I could, but now, going to the gym and beating the shit out of myself and working out really, really hard. It's fine. It's catching up. I feel it. I used to be able to just put my body through hell, and I don't know if I can do that anymore as much. Go ahead.
Old.
I am old. I feel like the portrait of Dorian Gray. You know what I mean? Like I looked upon the portrait of myself and age returned to my and they were sharp. What is this? Oh. White People Dini. You kind of snapped. Wow. I love this. Wow. A lot to consider here. Shut up and take my money. White People Dini, you kind of snapped on this one. And they were sharp as knives. One shot of testosterone in your ass cheeks and you'll be back in your 20s, I swear to God. Listen, lunch lady, Hey, Will, why did you get back on test? Some dude in my chat called the lunch lady told me to start pinning test. That's fucking awesome. Thank you. I might. Who knows? I'm feeling it these days. I'm doing my best to entertain. I'm doing my best. I'm sorry if I haven't come back as uproarious as I once was. But I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking tired and I'm fucking hungry and I want to go read my book. And I know I have to watch Avatar, and I know I have to play backyard baseball, and I know I have to play Front Slop, and I promise I'll get back to it. Dude, I've been cackling this whole stream. Well, that was the original goal. I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a beautiful time where we did quality over content. You know what I mean? Or quality over quantity, where I resolved to get on here for like 4 hours a night and just give you my absolute fucking thickest, girthiest, funniest self, and then disappear, right? We used to be about the music, man. Does aging scare you? Have you made peace with it? You never really totally make peace with aging, man. I'll be honest. Even when you're in your fucking 20s, the thought of turning 22 is like, I'm going to be fucking old. It never gets easier. You get better, right? I do think that you get better at it. And there's one thing you'll never get used to, no matter how hard you try. And that's change, right? You can make peace with any reality, but the truth of the matter is that reality is going to shift. The things that you accept today, the things that you make peace with today, are not going to be the things that you have to make peace with tomorrow. And that's the reality of the situation. Every day comes with it a new sacrifice. And some are going to be easier than others. But it's never going to be free. It's never going to be something that you just walk through. There's not going to be a day, a magic age where you're like, this is it. I'm great. I shit myself today, but that's okay because I've made peace with aging. I lost control of my sphincter, but you know what? I've made peace with aging a long time ago. So that's fine. It's not going to happen, man. My dad is 97. My dad is 97 years old. And he is still raging against the dying of the light. And there are things that he treasures and relishes that I can't even imagine the day that will come. Like him being able to walk again is such an amazing privilege in his life. And I think that's given me a lot of perspective. But also it does create a fear. It does create a fear that the most storied man I've ever had the privilege of knowing is my father.
Oh yeah, wow.
He's lived 100 years. He's done everything a person could want to do. And he still doesn't want to go. There's not going to be a day in his life where he gives up the fight against time and age and death. He's still raging against the dying of the light. And there's something terrifying about that. But at the same time, there's something beautiful about that. That even 100 years in, there's something about the world, even after so much has been taken from him, in terms of his health, his eyes, his ears, he still can find a reason every day to fight and get up and want to be alive. So are you ever going to be okay with aging? Fuck no. Gods, I was strong. Like fucking Baratheon. I think about the days where I could put my dick through a 2x4. You know what I mean? I was virile. I don't have those days anymore, but I'm way more proud of myself now as a person than I was when I was Hercules. You know what I mean? I used to be fucking strong. I used to be fucking powerful and virile and young, but I'm way more in tune with who I am as a human being now that some things have been taken. I think that the trade for empathy is worth the things that you give up because they make you a better person. It's easier for me to live with myself at the end of the day. It's easier for me to help others. I feel like a more impactful person today than I ever could have been when I was at my very best. So you might stave off the fight. You might find new ways to slow the process and fight back the tide, but you will age. You will get older and you will die. But that doesn't have to be something that you live in fear of. Treat it as a memento mori. Remember that dying is the reason that you want to live. Without contrast, there can be neither. Without black, there is no white. Without white, there is no black. The reason that you lust for life is that it does end. So there, get your dick sucked. Suck some dick. Bounce on it crazy style while you can. Because one day, those knees won't bounce anymore.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hell yeah, dude. Also sick het. Shout out Wicked Weed in Asheville. Shout out NC.
Shout out Wicked Weed in Asheville. Go ahead.
With a great night we've had, and speaking of Ray, she has a monthly book club going on right now that you can join or lurk in. What series might you ask she's covering, perhaps?
No.
Carl, Red Hot Rod. Also that Spider-Man red carpet clip was insane.
Wait.
And tomorrow is another day.
Wait,
see you there.
hold on.
07.
Ray is doing a book club where she's reading Dungeon Crawler Carl? Dude, I have to be honest. I feel like a kid reading The Hobbit again with Dungeon Crawler Carl. I love Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's so good. Dude, it has no business being as good as it is. Like, you first get in it and you're like, well, this is going to be fun. And then you're like 200 pages in and you're like, wait, this fucking rips. Also, it's a great commentary about fucking the dangers of rampant and unchecked capitalism and the grotesque nature of human spectacle. Also, just very entertaining. And he was sharp as knives. Capitalism is so last year, to be honest. I feel like everything is last year, man. Are you still on the first book? No, I'm parsing my way through the second one. I bought the first 4 though. I'm cranking. Stupid people won't like it, but that's okay. I think stupid people would like Carl, honestly. I think that's the magic of Dungeon Crawler Carl. Sometimes there are these great pieces of art where the enjoyment of it comes first and the lesson is kind of hidden between the pages. You know what I mean? And they might just kind of glean what the author is trying to say about the dangerous nature of exploiting people on reality TV. You know what I mean? Like they might take a second and be like, huh, this is kind of like Love Island. Is Love Island bad? You know what I mean? Like anyway, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm gonna go take some painkillers. My shoulder's fried right now. But I'm gonna send you over to Caroline Kwan, and I want to let you guys know that you made me feel better tonight. I really I feel lighter. I needed this. God, we needed the rain. God, we needed this. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful evening. Stay dangerous. And have a wonderful evening.
Yo, I'm sick, no lymph nodes is swollen. They told me even when the record skip, keep it rolling on the shoulder like a California highway patrolman. Launch codes were stolen and sold by Ed Snowden. I fled to Rome.
Go give Caroline my best.
I'm still in photos.
Stay dangerous, everybody. Thank you all for what you do for me. You've changed my life for the better in so many ways I can hardly tell you. Thanks for choosing to spend your evenings with me. I hope I give back a fraction of what you give me. See you tomorrow. I promise we'll get the reaction content started again. Good night.
Elegant, try to hate. I'm puffing up your face like a pelican. Highly enveloped and activating my melanin. Y'all failing to see what's shaking besides gelatin. News bulletin.